Hey y'all, this was so much fun and super easy to do that I just had to share it with the group. There's two techniques that are done here. The word mini is three different colors that are going horizontal. And of course you can tell with mouse everything is at a slant. So let me just show you how I did that. Let me just reduce it a little bit, set it to the side so that you can still look at it. Let's take the word Mickey and I'm just going to enlarge it, and then because I'm going to do three colors like mini, I'm just really stretching the height of it. You can always reduce the size of it once you're done with this fun technique I'm going to show you. So once it's at your desired measurements, then just go up here to the fill, or the paint bucket as I call it, and just pick a color just to fill it in. While it's selected, right click on it and select Make Compound Path. Then go over to the rectangle tool and draw a skinny rectangle across where you want the first layer to be. And the one thing to be careful of when you're doing the word, or the same thing will apply to an image as well. If you want to select Mickey's head or any of the characters, a minion, whatever it is, just be careful where the first color line is. Like with this K, it's really kind of at a spot where I don't want it to be, so I'm going to raise it up a little, but I have to be careful with where I have the C. And let me just enlarge it a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about, where we want our colors to fit in at. But I'm okay with where the E is and everything else. So I'm going to grab that rectangle tool again, and now I'm going to draw the bottom half of where I want my third color to be. And now that I have the first color, it's going to be the middle color, and the bottom color, let me just reduce it a little bit now. I'm going to highlight the entire word along with the two rectangle boxes. And I'm going to go to the Modify tool. Well, let me back up a step. You can do Object, Modify. We're going to do Divide. So we can do Divide here, or I was going to take you to the, let me just go back to the Modify window here and select Divide. This did it kind of quick, but sometimes it does take a little bit longer, and you're going to know that it's divided it or did what it was supposed to do, because you see how we have the full color in there. When I click divide, it's already divided it, and the only color left is what's in the center. But the main thing is you'll see that each one of the letters is now is its own individual image per se. So we're just going to click off of that, and what we want to do now is get rid of these rectangles. So I'm just going to click on it and hit my delete key, and click on the bottom and hit my delete key. Now we still have a little bit of stuff in here that we need to clean up because we don't really need them. So I'm just gonna enlarge this a little bit so you can see. Like this part of the E, I'm gonna click right there. Just so I just moved it out so you could see it. I'm gonna hit the delete key, but I could have just, like for here, let me make sure I've got it and nothing else, and hit the delete key, and it's gone. You want to make sure that you're deleting the right thing and not that part of your letter. And the insides of this letter M as well. That looks like the entire top. We don't want that. We just want the inside. And I think I've cleaned it up. Well, here's a little piece there. Okay. I think we've cleaned it up enough. So now I want to highlight just that top portion of it. And I'm just going to right click and I'm going to group it, go back to the fill window, and I'm going to pick my colors now. And then let's do the inside, and right click, group, let's pick another color, and then we do Wait a minute. Let me go back. I didn't grab everything in here somehow. There we go. So let me go back and I need to select everything. I left out the bottom pieces of the letter C and the E, and so they didn't change color for me. Now they will. I'm just going to right click while I have it highlighted and select group. And now I'll pick the bottom part and right click, group, and color it. See how easy that was? Oh, I left that little tad bit right there, so I have to ungroup it in order to come back and get just that little piece right there out of the way. There we go. That was pretty simple and easy, wasn't it? I hope you all enjoyed that technique, and let me just now just group it all, and now I can move it back to a size of what I want to do. If you are going to do print and cut, then the job is done. If you want to separate these, of course, all I did was group them together by color, except I noticed I didn't group the yellow, so let me group. So we just would take this part off the screen, or you would use your cut settings if you cut by colors. Same thing. And let's see. Now let's get mouse and reduce this so you can see what I'm going to do, how I did mouse. Ah, okay. Group everything. So now let's do mouse, and we'll just get that same look that I have over here. And again, we're just going to fill it a color. Um, and right click, make it a compound path. We're going to go back to our wonderful rectangle tool, and we're just going to make some skinny or whatever size you want your rectangle to be. I'm clicking on it, I'm grabbing this little green button there at the top, and I'm just rotating it so that I can put my colors where I want them to be. Move that over, just visual for me, so I know I don't want it too close because I'm going to have another color. Then just clicking on it, duplicate, placing it exactly where you want your color to be. Stretch it out a little if if that works for you. And let's see here. One thing that I could have done was move the let's see here. Was move the letters a little bit closer together, and that might be something that you want to do, or you stack them, in different um, places as well. It's whatever you want to do with it. Let me go back to this one here. I'm going to get a little bit more of that E in there. Okay, so now, just like we did with Mickey, we're going to select it all, and we'll go to Object, Modify, and Divide. And wow, that was pretty quick. So now what you want to do is we're going to get rid of all of the triangle pieces that are there. So I'm going to click off of it, click on that triangle, and hit my delete key. That's all I'm doing, selecting my triangle and hitting delete key. And let me enlarge this a little so we can go in here and do a little touch up. What I'm looking for is this little pieces in here, and that's the whole white side. So I think that might be That's the whole side, so we don't want that. There we go. And let's see. The inside of the S is gone. The inside of the E and inside of the E. Okay, so now it's just a matter of clicking on, and I'm just going to click on both pieces and group them because it'll make it easier because I'm going to cut mine. And then just clicking on your color. This bottom half of the M, that part of the O are two separate pieces, so I'm just going to right click it, group it, and color it. When I get to the S, there's two parts to it. If I wanted it to be two parts, you may want to have the tip of it yet another color, like with this one here. I could have grouped them together, but I decided against it. So here we are. Let me reduce this back down, and now just I'm just going to right click and I'm going to group it, and there we go. Now we have them both here. That was fun and easy. I hope you liked it.